Hello, everybody. So, welcome back to another week. We're going to start off the week with Fun Time Sunday. So, the CEO made a weird title for this one. It's called The Programs and the Future. So, what it basically entails is like we're all going to talk about the programs we're in or going into, and then I'll say some like information, future stuff about this organization we're a part of and what we plan to do in the future. So, I'll start off with the Boston Crusaders. So, the Boston Crusaders, Drum and Bugle Corps. We're a drum and bugle corps. We have 76 brass players and then a few swings. I don't know our exact percussion line or front ensemble or color guard, and I should know that, but I don't. So, yeah, we have like Gino Cipriani as our brass caption head, and we have like help with like Steve Bentley, Michael Brady Tarr, then Evan Barry, Jarrett Littman. Those are just a few names that throw out there. So, obviously, like we strive to be giants in the drum corps community and strive to be the best we can be, and since this season we've sort of taken out of our core song that we will never die, and that's sort of I've now applied that to my life. So if anything gets canceled, it's like, yeah, we won't die, we'll just push through it, we're good. For like any situation, I'm using that now, and I'll move into like the choir department for Tarpon Springs. So we're under direction of Charles Cheeseman. He's been there for 41 years now. He's going on his 42nd year this year, and he's retiring my senior year. And we're gonna put a great show for him this next year. And I can't say anything about the show, even though we know personally what it is. But it's pretty cool. It's gonna be exciting. And what we do is we usually just have show choir the whole year, and then we have like the concert choir rehearsals after school. And he doesn't really care for concert choir much. He only cares about that for like MPAs, like music performance assessments, and that's pretty much it for choir. Drama department, we have just auditions for a musical once a year, and we were going to do Addams Family this year, but then it got canceled. So yeah, that's not happening now, and I think we're going to be pushing Addams Family into next year, which will be cool, but we'll see. And now, this is where I'll like edge it into Isaac's, but I'll talk about the brass part of our Tarpon ensemble first. So like the brass, we had 60 brass players this last year, and I think we're about to hit 70 or stay in the high 60s this upcoming year. And we have a great brass line. We're under direction of Kevin Ford. He writes drill from it, like the Blue Stars. He writes drill for us. He helps with Frank Sullivan to write our show music. And he's a great teacher. He is the director of Wind Ensemble, and Isaac and I are in the Wind Ensemble and like the music performance, and we have Mr. Layton who does music theory, and then Mr. DeLeon who does the jazz and leadership class. So now Isaac can go talk about his ensembles like PYS and stuff like that. Go on ahead.
Yeah, so I'll continue on from Tarpon. So our woodwind ensembles and our woodwind director specifically is Christopher DeLeon, who is also the co-director of the program now. Awesome guy. March Boston actually. Was a drum major in, I believe, 2003. I don't believe any.
It was Bravo.
Year. Yeah. And then, let's see. They have amazing jazz ensemble. Was chosen for essentially Ellington up in New York the last 2 years. Sadly, they didn't get to go this past year because of quarantine. They've been in Savannah Swing Festival for, I think, almost 7 or 8 years now. And then we also have our guard, who has been consistently one of the top 10 in the country for a very long time. They're under direction of Janine Ford, and been really, really incredible stuff that they're doing. This past year, they had the Bellboy, which was probably one of our best shows we've ever done. And yeah, that's kind of it for Tarpon, other than our wood ensemble has been really kind of growing, and that's been really, really great. I'm also a part of the Pinellas Youth Symphony. That is a kind of a youth orchestra filled with a whole bunch of kids from Pinellas County. And it's just, we come together every Sunday. We start learning pieces like Shostakovich Symphony No. 10. This past year, we also did some lists. In the past couple of years, we've done Jupiter, a couple of the whole stuff. We played Bruckner in the past, I think 5 years ago, and last year and the year before, they played part of New World Symphony. That was really cool. So we've been doing, it's kind of like many like youth orchestra, like National Youth Orchestra, kind of like that, except for a little bit smaller and just in Pinellas County. So yeah, now Mitchell.
Actually, I think I'll step in and talk about my programs first. So I'm obviously part of my high school marching band. We don't have a indoor drum line or anything fancy like that, just a standard brass and woodwinds drum line and pit marching band. We have a color guard too. Our member count right now is at 58, but a lot of things are up in the air for the season upcoming. We don't have like a big BOA name or anything. We're trying to push it into that festival rating of Superior. We were just like 3 or 4 points off last season, so we're trying to push it up to that. But yeah, we have our show planned and everything. We don't have music distributed yet. I don't think we've done a show review yet either, so I'm gonna keep that under wraps. But yeah, we're not sure if our season's gonna get canceled or not, due to just what our county is gonna do. If schools open up by the time August rolls around, then we'll most likely be having a season. Hopefully, of course. And the other group I'm in is Raiders Drum and Bugle Corps. They're an open class DCI group. We currently have around 40 brass members. We have a full drum line. We have, I'm not 100% sure on the drum line numbers because things have changed since I've switched from drum line to brass. But we're aiming to have a 8-person snare line, I believe. We're going to have 4 or 5 impact drums. We're going to have 6 basses, and we're going to have 4 cymbals. Oh, and quads. I think we have 5 quads, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
Nice.
In terms of guard, we're looking at currently we're at around, I think, 12-ish. But there's still a lot of time before the 2021 season. We're continuing our 2020 show reboot into the 2021 season. So we'll be keeping that show theme, working on that all throughout the summer and the spring of next year. So yeah, we have a pretty solid show in store for the 2021 season.
So it's either Mitchell or Jaelyn next.
Jaelyn could go. I can finish it out.
Okay. So I've been a part of the Spring South Marching Band for the past 4 years, and we're about, I think, like 140-ish people. We do have 30 in our profession, 15 on drumline, 15 in front ensemble. We're pretty decent. This past year has been kind of a low point for us, but it's okay. We'll come back at it. I believe in them. But I'm also a part of, chamber percussion that our school provides and pit orchestra for the plays, stuff like that. Our school really has it all. It's just we're not at the highest level, but because everyone's heard of Blue Springs, obviously, our next door neighbors. But we're working there. And then, so I'm going to University of Missouri, Columbia, Mizzou. I am not going to be joining their marching band because, unfortunately, they do not have a front ensemble.
Aww.
And I did not want... I've heard a lot of my friends who have gone from drumline to their drumline. It's a big commitment, which I understand. Band is always a big commitment, but it's hard transitioning through that for your first year. So I'm not doing it my first year. I might try out for sophomore year, but we'll see. And I know, though, that they have a really cool drum line. They play a lot of places. They do get paid to go play in other places and compete for shows and stuff like that. And they have a cymbal line. But that's about it for me.
All right, so I guess it's up to me to close it. So, I was a part of Carmel High School's marching band for the past 4 years. I
obviously, when anyone in the music arts thinks of Carmel High School, the first thing, or performing arts just in general, the first thing you'll think of is most likely the marching band. We have 5 grand national championships, 2005, 2012, 16, 17, 18, along with various regional championships, super regional championships, and state championships. I was part of the most recent state championship in 2018, and then the three-peat, as everyone calls it. I marched mellophone. I'm also in jazz band, concert band, and orchestra at the as well as pep band. Actually, you know, I do pep band. I show up to pep band every so often whenever I can. So yeah, I do pep band. I do all the other stuff that I can with music. I would like to march drum and bugle corps next year somewhere. I'm really open to anyone right now that anyone wants to offer me a contract. I will definitely keep that in consideration. As of my plans for school after this, as I am a senior, and I just finished classes today, actually.
Congrats.
I plan on going to the University of Kentucky in Lexington and studying to be a business major with the music industry, with this like an intense focus in the music industry. So like maybe crunching numbers for a record label or something, accounting, I don't know, something along those lines. But while I'm there, I am going to be involved in concert band, jazz band, pep band, of course, because the Wildcat pep band gets to go a whole lot of places because the basketball team is awesome almost every year. Go Big Blue, I guess. I still plan on continuing with everything, playing mellophone, trumpet, and horn, so woohoo! Yay me!
Nice. Okay, so that's sort of just a overview about the programs we've come from or are in or are going into. For me personally, college-wise, I'm only a junior going into my senior year. I guess we're officially seniors now, right, Isaac, technically? The year's sort of over. We're technically seniors.
Yeah.
So, next year, I'm looking to go to Ohio State the Ohio State University. The Ohio State University, not
yes, sir.
I can't get this confused, but we're gonna sort of turn this over to the future of this organization, Musicians List Arts. So, you're gonna hear it throughout the podcast week. We have a different week coming. It's about DCI. It's I can't say more. You'll hear hints throughout the week of me just throwing it out there. It's sort of
First rule, DCI week is not talk about DCI week.
Yeah, exactly. So you just know DCI week's coming next week, and then after that we'll go back to the normal schedule. And a couple things we wanted to change, and the CEO said we have a new podcast coming out. It's Musicians List Backfield, and it's with our new host. You'll meet him tomorrow for Marching Monday, Miles. He's going to be doing the interviews because we actually have a lot of people who wanted to be on Student Saturday, so we've taken the people that just want to be on it. We're going to put those into that podcast, so we're going to have 2 little separate podcasts, interviewing podcasts, and then this main one. But then the bigger names and the people who want to say some stuff about their shows, stuff like that, they're going to come on to Student Saturday when they can. Another thing is we have our little Host Mr. Blue Sky thing coming out, and we're going to try to have that out within the next week or 2, and then we're going to send out the audition information finally, and then we're going to start those auditions, and then we'll get the ensemble going, which will be awesome. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And every once in a while we might have a week change, our normal Fun Time Sunday, Show Choir Thursday, that thing will change for a whole week, and new thumbnails, everything will just be about a different subject, and you'll see next week. I'm not going to say it because you don't talk about it, but that's pretty much it. It's going to be really calm and short podcast, just an informational and just about us more. And yeah, so join us tomorrow for Marching Monday with Miles. You get to meet him, and looking forward to see all the comments and people's audition tapes rolling through. Thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow.